Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll show you how to create this cool effect and some other variations of it in Adobe Photoshop. So let's jump right into it. Now, firstly, to create this background, we are going to use some paper textures. Now I've stacked 3 on top of each other, but you can also just use 1. And this also depends on the type of specific effect you need, but you can also do it with any other texture you'd like. I just like how the papery texture looks on these. So I stacked 3 paper textures, one on top of the other. First one is a regular one. Then we have this blue one that I set to linear burn, and you can see the difference. It makes it a little darker, and you can see through the bottom paper texture come out. On top of that, I added a black paper texture and set the blending mode to screen. This way you get the highlights of it, and it makes everything a little lighter. Lastly, I just add a color fill if I want to change the color of our background and set the blending mode to screen. If you double click on this, I can basically change the background, and this will remain fully editable. So that's the cool part of it, that I can just, even after I've done my design and my drawing, I can just double click here and change the color. And then I grouped everything together. I just added a new layer. You can click on the plus sign here to create a blank new layer and set the fill of this layer to a really low number, like 15. And then you can double click on your layer, and this is where it gets interesting. You can kind of copy these settings and see if you like them or not. But what I usually do is I add a bevel and emboss effect with these settings. Now this is the main control you're gonna use to create this effect. So if you change these settings, these numbers up, you can get completely different results. So make sure you play around with these numbers, and you can get some really amazing effects in just a few minutes. These are the options we're going for right now. And then I usually add an inner shadow with a very low opacity set to multiply, maybe like 5%, and these settings, and then an inner glow with a pretty low opacity too, maybe something like 30, and the blending mode set to screen. Press OK, and what we're gonna do now is basically paint on this blank layer. Now you can use whichever brush you prefer. I'm just gonna use this general brush, soft round brush. The only 2 things I'm gonna change is I'm gonna set the flow to 20% and the smoothing to 50%. And you can basically start drawing, and you get this sort of, I don't know, like wet paper relief effect. Another cool thing I love to do when I have this effect and these settings going on is just click on this little butterfly. Obviously, if you have a tablet or a drawing tablet, just click here and it will adjust your brush size to the pressure you're using. So that's really cool. I don't have one connected right now, so I can't use this option, but if you do, definitely click on here and it'll give you some real nice lines. Anyways, I'm gonna click on this little butterfly, click and hold, and you can choose, basically you can create some sort of mandala effect. And for example, let's say I'm gonna go just with a vertical line. I'm gonna stretch this, press enter, and now with our brush tool, you can start painting, and you see that it's going to reflect that. Also, how cool is it when you go over lines that you've already done and fill them in? It's such an amazing effect. It kind of looks 3D now. You can midway through change the brush size and make some really nice picture frames or anything you can come up with, really. Also, there's so many settings over here, like this one, which will divide it in 4s. How cool is this? You can go with a picture frame sort of effect. You can also write some text. You can also change the symmetry whenever you want. So we have our frame done, but we want to keep the same effect. You just remove that and you can write your text, or I don't know, whatever you want. I also really like the spiral one. This is really trippy, but obviously my favorite one is the mandala one. You can decide how many segments you want, let's say 6, and you can create your little star patterns and you get these really awesome effects. Now you can save this as a preset over here in your styles window. If you don't see it, just go to window, styles, and it will pop up. And with your layer, which with all the layer styles on it selected, you just click on the plus sign, rename it, press OK, and we have it there ready. Let's see, I'll add a new layer and then just click on it and automatically it'll adjust your fill and all the effects. And if we brush, we got that same effect going. Now, as I was telling you, it's super easy to change these settings up and have completely different effects just by changing a couple of numbers, and I'll show you. I'll double click on the effects and I just drew something random just so we can see live what changes in our drawing or artwork. Just by changing the gloss contour and the shading angle, you can get completely different effects. You can also, this is like a trial and error kind of situation. For example, this is starting to look pretty cool to me. I'll just press OK and then on the plus sign to save it, and we have it right over here ready to use. Let's add a new layer, click our new layer style, grab our brush tool. You can also change brush if you want. Let's do like this charcoal one. We'll lower the flow to about 20. You can also try with different percentages of flow and smoothing, just what works best for you. I think this looks pretty awesome. And that's how you create these awesome designs. I hope you guys loved this tutorial and found it useful, and I hope you're gonna experiment with your own layer styles and go crazy and have some really awesome designs in posters at the end. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment down below if you have any tutorial requests or suggestions that you like to see on this channel, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!